Hi everyone, welcome back to Live Darts with me, Phil Bars. It's that time again, it's Premier League preview as the PDC Premier League rolls on to week 5 in Aberdeen. But first off, let's have a look back at the drama that happened in Exeter. First up, Luke Humphries, the Contender match, with an absolute superb performance to get a draw against the informed Gerwen Price. 6-all, great game to kick us off. Both players will feel they could have won it, but a draw probably about right. From there, Rob Cross did a demolition job on Gurney, 7-1. Daryl just not at the races in Exeter, but the former champion of the world, Cross, getting back to somewhere near his best, just superb on the night. From there, Suljovic 7-4 against an out of sorts Peter Wright. Snakebite really struggling at the moment. He needs to start picking up wins quickly. Will he do it? We'll find out later on this week. From there, shock of the night as James Wade beat MVG 7-3. Yes, MVG lost in the Premier League. Doesn't happen very often, but the machine outplayed the world champion for a lot of the game, so MVG will be looking to bounce back. Will he? We'll find out soon. And then, last game of the night, Michael Smith picked up a huge 2 points against Raymond van Barneveld, sending the 5-time world champ to the bottom of the table. Bully Boy, hopefully now on the up, but we all know he's carrying this injury problem. It didn't seem to trouble him over the weekend, but you never know, it's a new week. Hopefully he's alright, so we can build on that. Barney, just lost for words at the moment. There doesn't look as if there's a performance there. Fingers crossed he can spark some of that old magic. The outright betting hasn't changed much. MVG still a monster favourite to win this. RVB favourite to get relegated, and everyone else in between. There's some value there if you're looking at people to get to the playoffs and things like that. But have a look around with title sponsors Unibet to see what odds and what markets you like. Moving on to week 5, we are heading north of the border again and we are going to Aberdeen. It's going to be cold looking at the weather, so wrap up warm if you are going, but it should be an unbelievable night's action north of the border. Remember, we had the world record average there a few years ago when Michael van Gerwen took on Michael Smith. It's still one of the smaller venues for the Premier League, so the atmosphere will be electric this week as we all head to Aberdeen. First up, Michael Smith takes on Rob Cross. Michael Smith 6-4, Cross 13-10, both in good form right now. Cross got to the UK Open final at the weekend, Smith the semi-final. They played each other in that semi-final. Cross came out on top. Shorter format here. I might edge just towards Cross because of the fitness issue, but Smith in a race to 6 or 7 if you're going to get a point. It's going to be close. I quite like the 180s market in this game, if I'm being honest. I think it's a coin toss who wins this one, but 2 points for Smith will bump him right back into playoff contention. Cross, another 2 points for Cross will put him firmly in that mix, and he'll believe he can catch MVG at the top. Second game on, Gurney takes on James Wade. The bookies can't split them, both 7-5 here in this game. Never write the machine off as it showed last week. Gurney out of sorts last week, so two ends of the spectrum in terms of Premier League form. Who wins this one? Again, it's a coin toss. I think Wade might just nick this one on finishing, but if I was going to have a bet on this one, it would probably be Gurney, most 180s. The machine, we all know it's his finishing that wins him games. DG, a bigger scorer than Wade in my opinion, so if I was going for a bet, it would be Gurney, most 180s. Now from there we have Suljovic taking on the informed Gerwen Price. Suljovic 6-4, Price 13-10. Price's form of late is electric. Only lost 1 in 20 games. Yes, staggering record in the PDC in this current climate because the standard is so high. But Mensah finds a way to win, picked up his first win in the Premier League against Peter Wright last week, and will be looking to build on that here. I think Price might just nick this one. I think his scoring will be too much. Power scoring up there with the very best of them. We've seen a bundle of 10+ averages, but if that scoring power isn't quite there, Mensah will punish him, no question about that whatsoever. Mensah's finishing has been on point of late, so a real interesting game in this one. Now from there, Raymond van Barneveld takes on Peter Wright. It's almost at the point of no return for Barney as we're heading towards Judgment Night. It was billed as this big send-off in Rotterdam. It's turning into a nightmare right now. He's bottom of the league, just genuinely struggling. There doesn't look as if there's a performance there. Over the years, we've always said, one-off games, Barney can pull these out the bag. But I'm not convinced of that anymore. We're just seeing mid to low 90s averages, so he's going to have to up that. Peter Wright, disappointing last week. Yes, he's changed his darts again after saying he wouldn't. Didn't perform well in the UK Open. What will he throw this week? Your guess is as good as mine. The bookies have Wright a slight favourite, 8-11. This is one of those games where I think Peter Wright will just edge this one. Even though Wright's inconsistent, his inconsistency is better than Barney's, in my opinion. So sadly, it's another defeat for the 5-time world champion and Peter Wright to get 2 points. Last up is the Contender match in Aberdeen as world champion, world number 1, Michael van Gerwen takes on Big John Henderson. Now, the place will be rocking for Hendo's walk-on, there's no question about that. MVG, a huge favourite with the bookies, 1-6 in this game. Hendo, 10-1, monster price. Can he upset the odds? Of course he can. Will he? No, I don't think he will. MVG, back-to-back defeats at the moment. He lost last week to James Wade in Exeter, and then he crashed in the UK Open to Merv King as well. So, questions that MVG has to answer. Will he bounce back? Of course he will. He's the best player on the planet. I just think it was an off week for him. Everyone has them, but this week he very rarely loses 3 in a row, and I think he'll be the wounded animal this week. Will come back, and I think he'll do a bit of a demolition job, if I'm being honest, on Hendo. I can see this. I'd take MVG on the handicap. I think he wins this one 7-2, maybe 7-3. Just think leg on leg consistency will be too much for John Henderson. Right, in the comments below, put who you think will win. Name your results. We'll have a little bit of a competition between us on whatever platform it is. Once you start putting yours, I'll put mine down as well, and we'll see how we get on. First up, have you enjoyed the Premier League this year? What's your thoughts on the Premier League? Are you enjoying the contenders? Loads of questions we can answer on social media by getting involved. Remember, follow us at Live Darts on all social media platforms. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, YouTube, and all the information that you will need to know how to watch the Premier League can be found livedarts.com. Remember, get involved, everyone. Thanks for joining us here, and a huge thank you for all your amazing comments about our coverage of the UK Open over the weekend. Thank you all. It was an absolute pleasure, but we go again. Yes, I will be in Aberdeen, so come and say hi if you see me out and about. Pleasure as always, everyone, and we'll see you all soon.